Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the Good For You studio. Today, I have just a few things to say. We're not going to do a Tai Chi Fit routine. This is part of the Good For You. Um, no, continue. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good For You studio. Jan Clark here, your host, and this is a wellness mini lecture about choosing foods in the produce department. Many years ago, I think it was Dr. Oz was talking about something called the Dirty Dozen. And I didn't really believe it very much when he was talking about it, but I did my research for my book, Good For You, and found out that he was absolutely right. There are approximately 12 bits of produce that you can, vegetables and fruit that you can buy in your produce section that you should really only be buying in the organic department of your produce section. And the reason for this is that they are either planted in ground, grown in ground that's treated with chemicals where the roots can absorb the toxins and it ends up in the fruit or vegetable, whatever, or that while the product is growing, it is sprayed with a chemical or a combination of chemicals that are hazardous to our health and carcinogenic in many cases with the sprays. And so what you end up with is a delicious bit of fruit that over time, if you eat enough of it, which we all will over time, uh, has the potential to switch on some form of cancer that is inside your body. So there are 12 fruits and vegetables. And just like always, remember that if you do not eat these a lot, having one now and then that is on this list is going to be okay because the amount of toxin or carcinogenic material that you are going to absorb will be incredibly small. But if you eat these general thing like I eat spinach every day, it's organic spinach. Okay. So alphabetically, first one is apples. And these are apples that are produced in any country, including the United States. If you eat them like one a day, one a week, you should probably be buying organic. Celery is number two. Seems innocuous, but organic celery is much better for you because it doesn't contain anything that's carcinogenic. No toxins there. Regular tomatoes, hothouse tomatoes are fine. The uh, big round tomatoes or the ones that are on the larger ones that are on the vine ripened or whatever they call them are fine. Roma tomatoes are fine. Cherry tomatoes are not fine. They're grown in a different way and they are usually a GMO. So that's going to be already a problem. And that means that the cherry tomatoes should be organic. Cucumbers. Now, I have not yet done any research on actual pickles, which are cucumbers, but fresh cucumbers in your produce section should be organic. And I know they're very expensive. So if you're having salads daily, please try to make that be organic. And if you can't afford that, then cut the cucumbers out, except for maybe once a week or once a month, and just have that cucumber and then let it go for another 4 to 6 weeks. Um, any variety of grape, whether it's from Chile or Mexico or the United States or any other country, grapes are grown and sprayed with chemicals that are toxic to you. So are raisins. So if you're buying a non-organic raisin, it falls in the same category as grape. And strangely enough, organic raisins are not that much more expensive than regular raisins, although organic grapes are like twice as expensive as non-organic grapes. So bear that in mind. I'm going to group these two fruits together because they're so similar. Nectarines and peaches. Unless you grow your own peaches and know that you are not treating them with any toxic chemicals, or nectarines, they're probably containing some kind of carcinogenic material in those peaches or nectarines. So even seasonally, I know they come seasonally. Try to purchase organic if you can find it, if you really, really need peaches. And again, I don't know about canned peaches. I'll have to do a little research and give you an update. Potatoes. Unfortunately, any variety of potato grown anywhere, including the US, are sprayed with hazardous chemicals. So even though potatoes are not very good for you anyway, and you should be limiting them because of their starchiness and that their food value is not as good as some other choices you could make, limit your potato intake if you cannot find organic potatoes. And I have looked and I haven't found any organic potatoes myself. This is a strange one. Snap peas, not the frozen peas or the regular peas that you could get, but the ones in the pods that are the sugar peas, the snap peas. Those, again, fall under the list of the deadly dozen. As I mentioned before, spinach. You can't wash this stuff out. It's inside of the leaves themselves. So, unfortunately, spinach does come um, organic. In many stores, I've seen them, and it's not that much more expensive. So, definitely, if you have spinach salad or make foods that have a lot of spinach in them, as I do, they don't contain as much iron as you think spinach does, but it's good for you in many other ways. Just get it organically. Um, Strawberries. Again, strawberries that are organic are fairly well easy to find. Um, but if you've ever seen the videos of the people and they're actually wearing hazmat suits when they're spraying, you would never eat a regular strawberry again. And the reason they do this is to make them beautiful and red and gigantic and very, very appealing to purchase. But the organic strawberries look almost identical. And they're only maybe 30% more. And so if you're going to have a lot of strawberries, especially when they're in season, please buy the organic version. And finally, peppers. And the peppers that I'm talking about are the bell peppers, not the sweet peppers. Sweet peppers, the little tiny sweet peppers, they're okay. But the bell peppers, doesn't matter which color, yellow, orange, green, they are part of the deadly dozen. And again, if you you find a lot of other foods with bell pepper in them or red pepper. Um, I don't know if those are included in bell pepper or not, and I'm sure they're not going to be organic. So please, again, limit your intake of any kind of bell pepper that is not organic. So what's the takeaway for these 12 bits of produce that are in the deadly dozen, the dirty dozen, whatever? Um, the takeaway is if you totally cannot afford to spend the extra money and buy the organic all the time, then please limit the number and the amount of intake of the vegetables and fruits that I just mentioned. And that's it. So for today's good for you, take that away, put it in the back of your brain, and the next time you go to the produce department, yeah, go ahead and let your eyes pop out when you don't find any organic potatoes. Thanks for watching. Until I see you next time, remember, mind, body, spirit, you're more than the total, okay? The sum total is more than each little piece. So go with that. Thanks. So till I see you again, remember that you're more than the sum of your parts. Body, mind, and spirit go together. Be well. Bye-bye.